S&P 500, where are you headed? Guys, let's dive into this chart and take a look at what I feel is great support and resistance levels to possibly watch for price action around those levels, as well as my prediction for the next coming days and possibly weeks as well. So guys, this is ticker SPY. We have the one-day chart up here. We can see that we've had a pretty choppy way up here, but we've got ourselves a little trend moving on to this now starting to gap down a little bit on SPY. Now, looking at this daily chart, we can see we've got two major red candles. This thing is starting to fade off from its highs. Its highs around here was around 418.31, and we look to be tapering down from there, 418 down to now 404.36 at the time of this video. Let's dive into the levels that I have on this chart. It looks like a mess, I'm sure, but what we're looking at is a cluster of resistance above. Just like in our low float land, our large cap is the same scenario, same idea, right? We've got a lot of resistance up here. Now, I've seen some crazy things. I've been in this market long enough to know that that just because we have this cluster of resistance does not mean that we're not going to break through those levels and make new highs. But what it means to me is I'd be a little reserved on the long side of ticker SPY. Why? Because of these levels, I anticipate some choppy price action, right? We've got a lot of bags in here, a lot of holders waiting for their trades to get back up to either flat or even for a small gain to take a small swing trade on SPY, right? So those swing traders are going to create some choppy price action. Day traders are going to create some choppy price action, right? So if we're looking at these levels as trend biased, right? We're looking for a trend here. I would say that right now we're testing a major support right here at this 404.16 level and down here at 400.23, and of course the mental level of 400, right? So if we start to come under these levels of 404.16 and 400.23 and 400, then I think there's room for concern. We do have some of these purple dotted lines here, or purple dotted levels, and all the levels you see below this current price action I would deem as support. Now, I don't do anticipation buying. I wouldn't just buy because we touch a support and I say, hey, it's touching support, it's got to go up from here, right? I don't typically do that, guys. What I look for is confirmation, so I trade on smaller time frames, and I use confirmation at these key levels through the intraday chart and throughout the day. But if I'm trading SPY, I'll be watching these for trends. If you're looking to make a prediction on SPY and see where it's going, or where is it going to go in the next coming months or next coming weeks to days, right? Then this is the type of chart I'd be looking at. So close below the 404.16, we've got some trouble. 400 next support level there, and then of course 400 mental level, which is just below that 423, and then we've got 396.49. 394.40, 393.16, and 391 before we drop down to that 384.35. So we have less support, in my opinion, and wider, more attractive gaps to the put side, right, or to the short side of SPY. Now, when we're looking at the long side of SPY, again, we've got a lot of resistance up here, but it doesn't mean that we won't break through that resistance. So let's go to an even smaller time frame. I'm going to hop over to the 15-minute chart, and we can see once we broke below this level, that was then resistance. So now I want to see this get above these levels before I even consider this for a long trade. So tomorrow I'll be watching for SPY to get over 407.84 to be watching for possible trades, right, for a possible move up to 410. Now, again, I'm a little skeptical of this long side move, and the reason for it is because we have this cluster of resistance. We've got a few gaps in here that are not bad, but in my opinion, we're going to have some choppy price action up there. If we start to drop, I think we're going to have a little bit more attractive gaps. We can see this one here is not huge. We're looking at about almost 1% on that, about $3, $3.50 per share, or per whatever you're looking at for an SPY. So $3 per share, or if you're trading puts, then obviously it's a different story. Now, drop below the 423, we've got to move from 423 down to 396. That's about a $3.50 move as well. So again, about $3, $3.50 gaps here and here. And if we look above, we have a lot smaller gaps, and we can see that pretty plain as day, right? So long side 410.49, 411, 411.73, 413. Want to see it get over that cluster of resistance before possibly taking trades to the long side. 407 to 410 is a fine gap to possibly be trading, but in my opinion, again, it's not really bullish till we start to break through these upper levels. So guys, that's my analysis on SPY. Let's break out to the weekly chart here real quick. And we can see if I just take these levels off for now, right? We can see that we had a clear trend line that we could draw here as well. So if anyone's a trend line trader, you could be watching for that. I'm not a trend line trader myself. I don't really care for that. We could also draw a top right here, about a top there for a nice support level, or excuse me, resistance at 430. Another one maybe in this area, which is around 417. So maybe we have those already. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's switch back over to the weekly. Bear with me. We've got a couple resistance levels to watch for here. So we've got this one right here. We have that covered. Yes. We have this one covered. Yes. And do we have this covered? Yes, we do. So all of those levels are covered. This is the most attractive gap. If we're going to look at the long side, this gap is between 432 and 445. That's a long ways off. I don't think we're going up that way anytime soon. But guys, that's my analysis on ticker SPY, S&P 500. I'm not sure where we're going right now, but it looks to me pretty bearish. In my opinion, we do have some levels below that could hold up as possible support. But I really feel like we are in a bearish trend here, and I think we're going to turn down for the worst and possibly come down here to that 354 and test those 342s, 354s in the coming weeks. But I could be wrong. Luckily, I don't trade my opinion. I trade the price action and volume as I see it, guys, and that's why I have these levels. Close above is bullish, close below is bearish. Pretty simple. Guys, that's SPY. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.